ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of What's in Theaters, the show where we talk about movies, movie news, streaming, and do some trailer reactions. I'm your humble host with the most, Jeremy Stone, with a face for radio and a voice for print. All right, so the streaming wars. Obviously, we got Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Amazon, what is it, Paramount, but there are only so many entertainment dollars in your budget to go around, right? Especially with gas being as low as I've seen today, sarcastically, 475. Oh, just so it's dirt cheap now. It's dirt cheap. 475. Oh, they're just giving it away. But then you got inflation. And I was at like Walmart the other day and I got like a bag of rice, 5 pound bag of rice and some chicken. Normally that would cost me like, I don't know, 12 bucks. And all of a sudden it's like 17. It's like, Jesus. And they're really sticking it to my wallet. So the reason I bring this up is that there's just too many streaming services. So they're going to have to start bundling. And I'm not the only one who thinks this, or at least that there might be too many streaming services at least. So former Disney CEO says many streaming services are doomed to fail. Former Disney CEO Bob Iger discusses streaming services struggling with the expectations of Netflix and a handful of others are doomed to fail. Over the last few years, a wide variety of streaming services have been made available to audiences around the world, offering films and television shows from every other corner of the industry, according to one former Disney CEO. However, most of these services are destined to fail. Speaking at Vox Media Code Conference, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter, former Disney CEO Bob Iger discussed services including Netflix, Apple TV, Prime Video, HBO Max, Discovery Plus, and Disney Plus, expressing his belief that only the biggest and most well-resourced services will provide while the rest will fail. And, I don't disagree, because even me in the last couple days, like I took off Apple TV Plus. Just that one. I was only watching like three things. I was watching Ted Lasso, The Morning Show, and the sensational Severance. It's not called The Sensational. I just added that, but it's called Severance. And now they're all in their like mid-season hiatus, waiting for other seasons are in production. But other than that, like I tried The Shrink Next Door. I tried. I think it's called Physical, and the one with Joel Kinnaman. It the Moon one. I For All Mankind. I tried that and I was like, it just wasn't for me. I was not saying it's bad, it's just it didn't work for me. I was like, all right, I'll just wait till my three favorites come back, then I'll subscribe again. I also took off Peacock. I still have it because they give you a free tier regardless. Like, even when you say cancel, it's not really a cancel. It's just go to the free ad supported tier, and you do get limited content. And then the other one I canceled. Actually, I didn't cancel it yet. I only got Hulu for Prey, the Predator prequel, and I was about to cancel it. And then they dropped the trailer for the Hellraiser remake. So I was like, all right, I'll stick with that till Hellraiser. But other than that, when I look at Hulu, there's not much there that really entices me. So I suppose they're just keeping it because you're thinking like, Apple TV is only like $5. Why you pissing and moaning over that? Well, $5 here, $5 for Peacock, $7 for Hulu. And I was like, that's grocery money right there. They can feed me a couple days a week, or a couple times a day. But it starts to add up. Especially now, Netflix is like $15.50, and Disney Plus is going to start doing a price increase. I think within the next year. The $7.99 is now going to become the base model, and the base model is going to have is just automatically going to have ads. So even though you may have the base model now with no ads, you're going to have the base model with ads. So it's like, that's so some of the streaming services I do appreciate. Here, I'll show it. Can you see it? I don't know how well you can see it on the phone, but you got Tubi, TUBI TV. That's a free streaming service. All I have to do is watch an ad every once every 25, 30 minutes. Okay. Ad comes on, mute, phone's out. Ads over. All right. Phones down, back to the TV. Then you got Walmart's Voodoo. That's a lot of crap on there, but it's a lot of free crap. So, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. Anyways, going back to the article, using Apple TV and Prime Videos as examples, Iger explained they're not primarily businesses for them, that they are measured probably by a different standard in terms of bottom line, basically how they measure their success of their streaming markets, even though that streaming services isn't the crowning jewel of their accomplishments. Different standards of the bottom line, and they serve other purposes in those companies, but they are not going to stand pat. They're going to continue and grow, and they'll grow well. They've got deep pockets. They've got great access to consumers. They've had strong technology platforms. They've proven they know what to do, so they will stay. While he did not mention specific names, he concluded by stating they've got some tough hands, and it's going to take a lot of capital to be in that business. I don't think that they'll all make it. And now I did a little Google search. I was like, okay, let's see what's out there. Streaming services. Look at this one. What the? There is no way, even if you had the financial money to just throw away, like, oh yeah, I'll just subscribe to all this. Who cares? $6, $12, $7. There's no way, unless you have like 7 TVs in front of you, that you could just like watch all of this. TBS, Discovery, Food Network, HGTV, Pluto, which I think Pluto might be free. Paramount. I don't know what's on Paramount other than the Transformers. I've never looked into it, so I can't say whether it's good or bad. Crackle, I think Crackle is free, but when I did Crackle, the selection was absolute shit. Not just quality wise, but just quantity wise. Like, Tubi, good one. Just a bunch of other Epics. I've never checked out Epics. Crunchyroll, AMC, CBS. I mean, there's a lot of here I've just never checked out. Actually, there's a lot of these I don't even know they existed. I mean, listen, it's an abundance of riches. It is. We live in very good times. We are very spoiled. So I don't know. Like, I think they're gonna have to start doing package deals because Disney has their Disney Plus with Hulu and ESPN. You get that for like $15. But I'm just a Disney Plus guy, and once Hellraiser comes out, I'm gonna give the axe to Hulu. Anyways, I got something else coming up next. In case you like awesome individual, I don't know how to say this. Clerks 3. Some of the Clerks 3 reviews. Oh, crapola. My mistake. Sorry. Clerks 3 reviews have arrived, and critics are surprised about Kevin Smith's new comedy sequel. The gang is back together as Dante and Randall have returned to the Quick Stop 15 years after Kevin Smith brought us Clerks 2. While a film to complete the trilogy wasn't always in the cards, the filmmaker was inspired to write Clerks 3 after suffering a heart attack in 2018. The story will follow Randall and Dante in their attempts to make a movie after Randall's own medical emergency. Smith has said his family takes issue with the meta aspect of the storyline, but do critics have the same hangups? Now, I'm gonna peruse his little IMDb right now. Can't really. Let me see if I can get it. Clerks, the first Clerks, is very much a very independent filmmaker. That's what I was trying to say at the beginning. Very much independent filmmaker vibe. That movie it's got some damn good funny lines. 37. If you've seen Clerks, you know what 37 means. Mallrats, for me, that was actually a bit of a disappointment. I actually ended up buying it before I even watched it. I was like, oh man, because I was on a Kevin Smith binge-a-thon and just watching all this left and right. I was like, oh, I've never seen Mallrats. It was disappointing. Chasing Amy's good. Dogma is good. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. That's a lot of dumb fun. It's entertaining, but there's only so much of it I could take, but it's still good. Some of these I don't know, like the documentaries. Jersey Girl, that actually might be, in my opinion, it might be his best one. With Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, who dies in the beginning of the film, giving birth. The late great legendary comedian George Carlin. Then you got Clerks 2. Oh, it's hard for me to say which one is better, Clerks 2 or the first Clerks, because I could toss it up either way depending on how I'm feeling that day. It's kind of like Alien and Aliens. Like if you go the original, I could totally see why. But if you go with a sequel, I could totally see why. Zach and Mary Make a Porno, that was freaking hilarious. That was pretty damn good. Cop Out, didn't see. Red State, no. The other Jay and Silent Bob specials, no. Tusk, I never saw. And Yoga Hosers, I haven't seen either. So I have no comment on them positively or negatively. So let's see, back to the article. Along with Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Haller, Clerks 3, of course, see the return of Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith as Jay and Silent Bob, respectively. Marilyn, whatever that name is also back as Veronica, along with Rosario Dawson, and according to the trailer, we'll get at least a cameo of Ben Affleck. So let's jump into the reviews. Okay, let's do that right now. Running throughout the film is usual blend of raunchy pop culture humor and deeper personal drama that Kevin Smith has made great use of in the past. The surprise that lies ahead of the viewers eager to see Clerks 3 is just how dramatic things get. Walking away from the movie, it feels like this story is the closest that Kevin Smith has ever come to making out of a full drama. Let's see. Fans in search of a mile-a-minute crass comedy of some of his earlier work, including the first Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, might be disappointed by this deeply heartfelt dramedy that deals with some tough topics, but Clerks 3 is one of the best things Kevin Smith has made yet, or has ever made. So, okay, you know what? If he's kind of basing it off of his like, okay, I had a heart attack, and now I have these goals and aspirations that I want to go accomplish in my life, and now Clerks 3 is going to have, I think it's like Randall. I guess he's going to have the heart attack or some kind of health scare, and now he's going to go and search and make his fan film. Hey, that's okay. Creating art out of tragedy. I got no problem with that. Clerks 3 delivers all of the inappropriate, cluttered, humor that a pot's taking my breath away. Clutter, humor and pot smoke that Kevin Smith's trademark, but involves his. For fuck's sakes. Goodness gracious, that's a hell of a quote. Skip that one. For Clerks 3, Smith delivers a wild mixture of amateurish moments inspired by soundtrack choices. That's the first time I've ever enjoyed My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade. I have no idea what that song is. Sentiment calls back, social commentary, and genuine fondness. The end of the filmmaker's Slacker trilogy delivers an ode to independent filmmaker and his own journey as a filmmaker. And it goes on and on. But mainly, it looks like it's all positive. Looks like it's a win for Clerks 3. And this one's getting I think this is only getting like a 1 week release starting September 16th or 19th, something like that. Let me see if I could, let's see if I can find it out for you guys real quick. Okay. September 13th. Yeah, so hopefully work doesn't intrude on my Clerks 3 watch-a-thon, but hey, positive for Clerks 3. That's all I want. I just want a good movie. Nothing's worse than going to the theater and wasting your time and money. Anyways, comment down section below. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, you take care and take it easy.